Welcome, everyone, to Tuesday Night Luke Live online on Wednesday. Because, you know, I'm Father James DeLucio. I needed a little more time to get myself together to present this to you, and I'm going to do it in two parts, but the two parts will be released one right after the other. The first is just tonight's pericope, or today's pericope, the prodigal son, Luke chapter 15, verses 11 to 32. And then the second part will be my commentary, since it's a little longer than usual, the pericope, and the commentary is a little more involved. So watch this, and then stay tuned, watch the next upload of the commentary. So here we go. The story of the prodigal son, the forgiving father, and the angry brother, which more and more commentaries these days say this angry brother is the real emphasis of the story. But you shall see, you shall hear. And here we go. Jesus said to them, "A man had 2 sons, and the younger son said to his father, 'Father, give me the share of your estate that should come to me.' So the father divided the property between them. After a few days, the younger son collected all his belongings, and he set out to a distant country, where he squandered his inheritance on a life of dissipation. And after he had freely spent everything, a severe famine struck that country, and he found himself in dire need. So he hired himself out to one of the local citizens, who sent him to his farm to tend the swine. And he longed to eat his fill of the pods on which the swine fed, but nobody gave him any. Coming to his senses, he thought, 'How many of my father's hired workers have more than enough food to eat, and here am I dying of hunger. I shall get up and I shall go to my father, and I shall say, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son. Treat me as you would treat one of your hired workers.' And so he got up and went back to his father. Now, while he was still a long way off, his father caught sight of him and was filled with compassion. He ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. And he said, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I no longer deserve to be called your son.' But the father ordered his servants, 'Quickly bring the finest robe and put it on him. Bring a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet. Take the fattened calf and slaughter it, because we must celebrate with the feast, because this son of mine was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found.' And then the celebrations began. Now the older son had been out in the fields, and on his way back, as he neared the house, he heard the sound of music and dancing. He called to one of the servants to ask what this might mean. And the servant said, 'Your brother has returned, and your father has slaughtered the fattened calf, because he has him back, safe and sound.' he was angry. And when he refused to enter the house, the father came out and pleaded with him. He said, "Look, I have always obeyed your orders, and not once did I disobey you. But you never gave me even a young goat to feast on with my friends. But this son returns, who swallowed up your property with prostitutes. For him you slaughter the fattened calf." The father said in reply, "My son, you will always be with me, and everything I have is yours. But your brother was dead and has come to life again. He was lost and has been found." And that's the gospel of the Lord. So contemplate, meditate, bring all your thoughts and questions, put some comments, and then in a few moments I will upload my commentary and we'll have a little more discussion on this long pericope of the father, the prodigal son, and the angry brother.